Hello, YouTube. Thanks for watching. So in this video, I just want to shoot a quick video just to talk about, what people are saying to me. People are saying that, I'm getting a lot of leads, I'm getting a lot of free tour takers, but not many people are upgrading out of those, people who are coming in through my link. So I'm just going to talk about, reality here. I'm going to give a little reality check and tell you what to expect. And what kind of what kind of actions you need to take in order to make something like this happen. Because I see a lot of people. They come on in. They think that we've got some kind of magic button or some kind of fancy traffic system or whatever, and it's not. They're not getting the upgrades that they thought they were going to get. So there are people on the leaderboard, and there are people who are crushing it. There are people doing really, really well with our business. And there are people who are really struggling. Guys, we're all struggling. Struggle is not a bad thing. Some of us are in the firing line, some of us are in the trenches, some of us right on the front line. It just depends. Obviously, none of us know your work ethic and what you're able to put in. There's probably a lot more work to be done than you really think. In reality, people think that they can jump onto a business and sit back and do precious little and expect everything to really happen. But guys, a little reality check here. Are you following up with your leads? Because yes, people come to me and they think that what I do is something different to what other network marketers do and teach and so on. But actually, there's a lot related to each other. Here. A lot of network marketers say, get your two, teach them to get two, and so on. Yeah, that's great, and that's what we're really teaching at the end of the day. But then people come over to me and they see that I'm doing some kind of something different, but I'm really not. I'm just putting you in front of more people so that you have more people to talk to. So at the end of the day, you need more people to be able to reach out and talk to. And so what I'm doing is, rather than waiting until your warm market has exhausted or completely worn out, why not start now and keep generating leads ongoing? Because guys, let me explain something here. I've had people join me in Live Good that have never joined me in anything else, and they've actually admitted to me that they've been following me for over 2 years. So I've had a lot of people like that. So people they come to me and they say, wow, I see you up on the leaderboard. Wow, that's amazing. What are you doing to be able to get those kind of numbers? Okay, well, the reality is that I'm not joining a company like Live Good and all of a sudden I've got some kind of fancy magic bullet here or magic push button, and all of a sudden everybody who I speak to, who I've never spoken to before, or some cold leads or whatever, they're all of a sudden they're jumping on my link and signing up and upgrading. That doesn't work like that. Okay, so like I say, people come into my inbox and they said, it's funny that, a lot of people sort of seem to know me better than I'm kind of aware of them, sort of thing. I don't mean to sound arrogant or anything like that, but, I keep shooting out videos on YouTube. I keep shooting out Facebook posts on social media, and I've been doing this for months. I've been doing it for years. I keep, my YouTube channel, I started in 2015. I had a YouTube channel before that, but it wasn't really happening. In fact, I started on YouTube back in 2007, just to put things in perspective here. But in 2015 is my current YouTube channel here that you're watching this on, or wherever you're watching this, I don't know. But anyway, my YouTube channel that I'm using right now was launched in 2015. I didn't even have a special software to do this kind of thing. So what I'm doing now is I'm using a software which is actually free. I'm using what was it called, Loom or whatever it's called, and I'm you can get this for free, and I'm screencasting what I'm doing. Now sometimes I screencast my face or my screen or whatever, but it doesn't matter. I'm just simply using a simple piece of software to do it. But back in 2015, I didn't even have that kind of software. I was just getting my mobile phone out, and I was just showing my mobile phone. Showing my computer screen using my mobile phone, and it was really unclear. And I remember most of the people who were watching my videos was which wasn't very, very many at all in the beginning, just like anyone, 1 or 2 people. They said that you should download Screencast-O-Matic or whatever. You can get some free software that you can use. Great, I took some advice, and anyway. I didn't wait until I was perfect. I didn't wait until I was an expert or whatever. And I just kept on uploading video content pretty much every single week since 2015. And my YouTube channel just started to grow gradually. And then eventually, when I finally, I've joined many businesses in the past, and you gradually build up relationships. You gradually have a conversation. We gradually communicate with people. People come over to you, and they start a conversation with you, and then and it's great. There's a lot of people out there are pushing a lot of people away because they think that they're going to scam them on something, or they're just shy, or they're just whatever. But these are all people who could potentially join you in a business opportunity down the road. That's how it all happens for me. So, when I finally join a business opportunity like Live Good, then, I've worked with a lot of people. I've had a lot of conversations with people over the years. But no, I joined Live Good, 7 weeks ago. But the conversations I had with a lot of people, started years ago, and, some people are on my mailing list, and they've been on my mailing list for several years, and they never joined me in anything, but they said, I've been watching you for several years, or I've been watching you for several months, or whatever. And then finally I join a company like Live Good, and then I get quite a few people joining me, simply because I've always thought about how to nurture my leads, how to nurture my list. I'm a person of value. I give out a lot of stuff. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be creative, or it doesn't mean you have to be technical. No skills are needed in order to be able to be kind. We've all got the ability to be kind. We've all got the ability to be generous. That's why I give rebrandable content, so you can be the person of value and you can equip yourself with everything that you need. It's not so that you can suddenly get a sign up next week necessarily. It's so that you can get leads today, and those leads will gradually work with you and join you down the road. Now, I'm sorry, I don't want people to think that, what I'm saying here is, you're not going to get signups today or tomorrow from cold leads. You may well do it, but the point is, why wait? Just because I'm telling you that you're not going to necessarily get signups today or tomorrow from cold leads, that shouldn't be an indication for you to just sort of sit back and do nothing and procrastinate. All I'm saying is, get with your warm market as soon as possible. You need those people closest to you on the matrix. All right, you need those people. Think about it, guys. I've had people who are in my warm market, who are friends with me, who I've built up a connection and a communication with over the years. And I've been in this business now 6 or 7 weeks, and I've had people come to me and almost blame me, in a jokey way, and say, why didn't you get with me earlier? Because now they're further down the matrix and they're on the lower levels. But guys, you're going to get people who wished you'd communicated this with them earlier on, but people take a long time to take action. Now you need to get your key people in, because they will blame you for not getting, for you not getting in touch with them early. And then finally, when you start to get people coming in, you want those people to come in underneath your warm people, the people that are important to you, so that, you can be that, the person that you can be the spill-off creator rather than the spill-off waiter. So if you're sitting there waiting for spill-off, like I get a lot of people coming into my inbox who said, I wanted to test the waters or whatever, or I haven't got any spill-off, and I figured that this was going to happen, and I'm really, a bit frustrated or whatever. Guys, you can wait all you like. You can wait all you like. All right. It may or may not happen. I'm sorry to say that, guys, if you're coming on board with me and you're BSing about spill-off or whatever, go and find some other sponsor. Yes, I create spill-off. I'm a spill-off creator, but I'm not going to be giving that valuable spill-off to someone who's going to be moaning, because it's not, because they're just sitting there and doing nothing. Think about it, guys. If everyone was like you, and this is what someone said to me when I was in Amway many, many years ago, a couple of decades ago, whatever it was, they said to me, would you join under someone like yourself? Right. I'm Edward Keyte, and I'm thinking to myself, would I join Edward Keyte? I know the answer is yes, because I know what I'm capable of doing. I know I'm a spill-off creator. I'm not a spill-off waiter. But you need to ask yourself, would you join underneath someone like yourself? And if you're just sitting there doing nothing and moaning about and getting all frustrated about not getting a spill-off, guess what? Nobody's going to want to join you. So there's your answer. That's why nobody is joining you, because they can see exactly what you're doing. Trust me, guys, this is a very clever business model, and we duplicate exactly what, pretty much most people will duplicate what their upline are doing, what their sponsors are doing. Trust me, guys, they are watching you. They really are. And in this industry, I've been in this industry for long enough, but I know there are people who, come to me and say, well, I've been in this industry for 30 years. No, yeah, maybe that's true. But have you been in the trenches for 30 years? Have you been on the front line for 30 years? Have you absolutely bust your butt and done 16-hour days of constant talking to people? You don't get to the top of the leaderboard by just sitting back and doing nothing. And you certainly don't get to the top of the leaderboard if you're not getting people in your downline who are breaking rank. Okay, so I've got over 100 people in my entire organization who have broken rank. I mean, it's probably near to almost 150, maybe more now in my entire organization who are breaking rank. So, don't come to me and tell me that you've been in this industry for 20 or 30 years and think that you understand. I don't think that people would really understand what's going on unless you're in the trenches on the firing line, right at the front line, getting to work, because it's a big difference. Okay, when I see what people are really truly like, most people are not putting in what they need to be putting in, and it's no wonder why they're not getting any activity in their team, simply because they're not creating momentum. And be that person of value. You don't have to be a rock star. You don't have to be some kind of rah-rah whatever. Anyone can do this. Anyone's got the capability to do this. And you don't necessarily need a funnel. I mean, it helps. The reason why I teach to do funnels is because that's what I have always done. So, I'm based in Japan. I'm an introvert. I'm shy. I don't get into people's inboxes particularly. And I had to realize that. I had to do something that I was prepared to do and run with that. That's why I'm more of a marketer, and I've learned how to do that marketing side. But there are some people who are more, better than even me at having conversations with people and going into people's inboxes and having conversations. Trust me, guys, there's a lot of people who follow me on YouTube. But ask yourself this question: have any of you had me in your inbox pitching you on a business opportunity? Think about it. Have I ever pitched you on a business opportunity? The answer is no. Okay, you might think that I have, but I haven't, and the truth is, most people come to me because I've set myself up as a person of value. I've set myself up for, as a person that can provide good quality content, and people come to me because they want that content. But that's why I create that content that's rebrandable, so that you guys can have that. What I'm doing is I'm giving you branding rights and giveaway rights to the content I bring out, because I know those struggles. I'm struggling in that area. I'm shy, that's a fact. But I need to understand that about myself. When I first, for example, joined Skinny Body Care in the previous company, I had already built up a huge mailing list by that point. All right. And when I joined Skinny Body Care, because I had a huge mailing list, in other words, not only did I have a huge mailing list, but I had warmed up that mailing list. I had a lot of people who were excited about, who I was and what I was able to do. And they realized what I was capable of doing, because I had a lot of success in previous companies. So when I joined Skinny Body Care, it only took me a short period of time to go diamond in that company. Now, the funny thing is at that time in 2016, when I joined Skinny Body Care, I wasn't even using Facebook. I wasn't even doing anything with Facebook at all, or any of the other social media platforms. Okay. So people were, who were already in Skinny Body Care, they were just getting to know me, and they were saying, crikey, you're already at the top of the leaderboard. You're already approaching platinum or diamond, and I've never even heard of you. Where did you suddenly come from? Absolutely, guys. I'm an introvert, I'm shy, but I figured out a way of, getting around that. And realizing that I am shy, and I'm definitely not going to be going into people's inboxes. I'm definitely not going to be using social media. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. I do use social media now. So like anyone, we all have a comfort zone that we need to kind of get out of, sometimes. But if you can't, you've got to figure out another way. So I figured out another way, and that's why, I'm able to do what I'm able to do. And then in turn, that gave me the confidence to get onto social media later on and start doing more on social media. So I figured out how to do graphics. I figured out how to do videos. I figured out, various other things, because for me, I'm happy to be in front of a camera like this and shoot a video. But when it comes to a Zoom call, I can't do Zoom calls very well. I try to do them, because at any level, no matter where you are at, where whether you're a so-called leader or whatever, you've always got the struggles to deal with. All right, they're your own struggles. There's something that you have to deal with. Okay, so don't think that just because I'm a leader I can do anything. There are a lot of things that I can't do, and there are a lot of things that you could probably do a lot better than me. So that's what you need to focus on. Okay, you don't want to just go to a leader and say, I want to do exactly what you do, because you might not have the same kind of way of doing it. It's got to be a personal thing. So whatever works for you, you've got to stick to, and that's what I did. I just stuck with it. So a little bit of a background of as where I came in this industry. In 2015, I came back into the industry, having been out of it for so many years. I took some time out. Things weren't working out very well for me. I had a bit of success in 2012, 13, whatever, and prior to that. But then I got out of the industry about that sort of time, and then I took many years out of the industry, and then I decided, okay, there was one person who I was connected with in this industry in 2015, and that person was the reason why I got back into the industry. I'm not going to mention any names. He's a great guy. He's still out there. He's doing incredibly well. But I haven't spoken to him for ages. But he was the one person that I've seen posts on his timeline, Facebook timeline, and I got with him. And the funny thing was, he's totally different to me. He's not shy. He's not an introvert. And he got onto a Zoom call with me. It wasn't Zoom back then. It was something else. But we were sharing screens, and he got onto my Facebook timeline, because we were sharing screens, and he was actually controlling my computer. And he started making posts on my timeline. And I know this guy. He's from the UK. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a leader. He's big. He's a big guy. And it was quite funny. I was saying, don't do that, because I was only connected with people from school, my old school friends, and people locally to me. So I was telling him, don't do that, for crying out loud. It's not my style. It's not my way. And he was just posting on my timeline, and he was writing posts. You jump in. This is great. Blah blah blah, and talking about business and stuff. And it's not what I had been doing. Up until this point. All I've been posting on my Facebook timeline was, what I ate the night before, or whatever, my food or my meals or my children's photos, or, whatever. And I would never post publicly. I would always post only to my friends, and there were only about 200 friends or whatever. And but I just didn't want to do that. In 2015, I wasn't on Facebook at all. And then in 2016, I joined Skinny Body Care, which is the previous company with Ben Glinsky. And I was still not using Facebook. And, in 3 months of Skinny Body Care, I went diamond. Okay. Skinny Body Care had been going for 6 years by that time. Okay. In 2016, they had already been going for 6 years. I had joined Skinny Body Care in 2010. As I said, I left the industry, and I joined back 6 years later. And I went diamond in about 3 months. And why? Well, because, I decided back in 2015 that if I was going to make this work, if I was going to finally make something work, I had to figure out a way that I was comfortable with running with, in terms of, what I was going to do to continue to be consistent and run with. And I decided I'm going to build lists. I'm going to work email marketing. I'm going to do video marketing. I'm going to do YouTube. I'm going to do, whatever it was. I was writing down everything that I'm comfortable about doing. I could do video marketing. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the software to do it. I was just using my mobile phone, and I was just like putting my mobile phone behind, and I was showing my screen and blah, blah, blah. And it was doing all the wrong things, and it was a complete mistake. You can actually check some of my videos right back in the past. It's quite hilarious. But anyway, the point is, I was writing down everything that I was prepared to do. I was doing a lot of ad posting on Backpage back then. So I used to do Backpage, but now it doesn't exist. So I was posting about 140 ads every single day manually, and it was taking like 6 or 7 hours a day. I was seriously putting in the work and effort, and I was deciding, what can I do to get continuous signups every single day? That was my focus, just to get signups every single day. And I was going to do email marketing. I was going to figure it out. I was going to learn it, and I was going to build a list, and I was going to nurture that list. And I was helping my team by providing like like little PDF documents. They weren't rebrandable. They were just standard static PDF documents. And I was doing detailed step-by-step instructions. And it had my link on the PDF documents. I was just passing these around. I was just, sharing them out. And then they started to say, well, how can I make a document like this? So I was teaching people how to do it. Then I tried to figure out a way, how was I going to be able to make a better system like this so that it would do it automatically? So I found a way of doing it sort of, where the PDFs could be automatically rebranded. And then I wanted to put that into a system where we could have funnels and rebrandable funnels using share codes, and then it progressed from there. And then, so I was building up this huge mailing list, and people liked what I was doing. I was teaching people how I was getting results using advertising. I was posting free ads on places. I was doing traffic exchanges, safe lists, and I was teaching all this. Okay. And I put out videos and courses. And that was how, I was able to build those lists. All right. I'm not saying that you have to necessarily do all this, but I was basically documenting everything that I was doing. Okay. So if I was getting a sign up, I would document it. I was showing them how it happened and what I was doing, what ad network I was doing. I was tracking it and so on. So I told everyone, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what you can do. Give it a go. And then, I was rebranding the content. I was letting them rebrand it. I was letting them, do what I do and duplicate what I do. And so then by the time I got into skinny body care, and I had a huge list. And so I went diamond in 3 months. People were saying to me, how are you doing this? I see you on Facebook. You're not doing anything on Facebook. You don't touch Facebook. Everyone else was saying, you've got to be on Facebook. You've got to do this. You've got to be like this rah, rocket guy or whatever. That's probably doesn't make sense. But you've got to be this kind of guy who goes out there and talks to people, pitches people, goes in people's inboxes. I don't touch people's inboxes. I don't get on the phone with people. I don't get on Zoom with people because I'm shy. All right. I don't mind admitting that. I didn't want to admit that years and years ago. I don't mind admitting that now because I'm just telling you, this is what I do. My numbers, my results dictate that what I do works, and it does work. So if you're a shy guy like me, if you're introvert and you don't like getting in front of people and you don't like pitching on people, you don't like getting on Facebook, change it up. Just write a list down, exactly what you're prepared to do. Is it emails, email marketing? Build a list. But if you do this, you've got to run with it. You can't just, try it out and see if it works or whatever. You've got to run with it. You've got to become an expert at it. You've got to build a list and go for it, because there will be a lot of people who criticize you. I've been criticized by this all the time. A lot of network marketers criticize what I do because they think that I'm teaching all the wrong strategies. I'm just teaching what I do and it works, but you've got to run with it. You've got to stick with it, and it does work. And getting people on your mailing list and nurturing that list and being a person of value, giving great stuff, great content. I guarantee you there are people in my team who are doing what I do and they are succeeding. They're breaking silver. They're getting on towards gold, and great things are happening. But you don't want to forget about your warm market. You want to keep nurturing them. All right. So guys, when I come into a company like Live Good, I've already got a big list, all right, to work with. And yes, it all started off from cold leads, and every single person that joined me in any business, any single person that I have a way of communicating with about this kind of business was once a cold lead. I haven't spoken to, and I will probably never speak to my family about this. I will never speak to my old friends I used to be with at school. All right. My old school friends. I will never, and anyone I knew before network marketing, or anyone who's outside of the network marketing space, will never get to hear my business opportunity. Trust me, I will not do that. It's just me. I think you should do it. I think it's a good idea. I personally don't need to, because I've got a big list. Why would I? I built up a big list. At the end of the day, guys, if you're moaning to me saying that I haven't got anyone to talk to, I'm not a good recruiter, I don't listen to that, because it's not true. I'm based in Japan, and I can go outside my front door and probably nobody will understand a word I'm talking about, because I'm in Japan. Yes, I do speak a bit of Japanese, and I'm quite proud of my level of Japanese, but I'm not even going to bother with doing it that way, because it's a slow process. I've already found a better way of doing it. And that's simply by building a leads list, nurturing them, because, do it now. And then 6 months down the road, you will have potentially more people that you can talk to. Okay, I'm not saying it necessarily will take 6 months, but if you're buying traffic right now today, don't think that or wait or expect there to be a sign up tomorrow. Okay, but what you need to be focused on is working with those leads. You need to be talking to them. You don't rely 100% on the autoresponder. You need to reach out to them. That's the point of a leads list. Why would you buy leads from a leads source and do nothing with it? And yes, you're putting them in front of an autoresponder. That's great. But you also need to do a little bit more than that. The more you do to bend over backwards to be a person of value and to be kind and show that you care, the better that this is going to work out for you. So you really do need to do whatever you can do in order to get those people warmed up to your offer. And it can take a number of messages. It can take a number of, guys, people snoop around. People are already in Live Good. People will just jump onto your list or whatever, and then one day later they've completely forgotten they did that. All right, and then they'll probably unsubscribe or I don't know. You just got to keep going it, keep hammering, and some people will, some people won't. So all I'm saying is, when I build a leads list, it's just simply me having a way to continuously grow my list so that I have more people to talk to. All right. In the old network marketing days in Amway, my sponsor told me I have to build a list of 100 names. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Okay. The people the people who used to, who you went to, you're at a wedding or whatever, you're at a friend's wedding and you met some people, you handed out some business cards. That's, it's all relative. It's trying to get more people in front of your offer, so that you can not only have a conversation, but you can have an opportunity to talk to them about your offer. Okay. So no, I mean, just to be clear, I don't go into people's inboxes or whatever. I don't email people individually. I mean, once they're on my mailing list, what basically happens there is they're giving me permission to continuously tell them about my offer. Okay, that's what they're doing. They're basically giving me permission to tell them about that offer. That's all I'm doing. Okay, if I haven't got their permission to talk to them about my business, then I'm not going to talk to them about it. Simple as that. And that's why I generally don't go into people's inboxes. I'm not saying it's a wrong thing to do. I think you should. And there's a lot of people. I get a lot of people coming into my inbox talking to me about their business opportunity, and I welcome it. Sometimes I get a bit tired. I get a lot of offers, and I can't look at everything. It's ridiculous. But I know that that's the industry I'm in, and when they come to me and talk to me about their business, I sometimes think to myself, maybe this could be a business relationship. Maybe we could be, working together down the road. Maybe I could, of course I'm human. I get irritated, but sometimes I try and stop myself and think, okay, maybe this person could be a good person. Maybe we could work together down the road. Maybe they take more interest on my posts on my timeline if I be kind of civil. I'm a private kind of guy, I mean, I want people to understand that I am a private kind of guy. I mean, and if you're watching this video, if you're still watching this video, and I know it's long and I apologize, but there are some people who are going to continue to watch this because I've got some great people on my following me. And guys, a little bit about myself. I am a private kind of guy. And when people message me, they might message me at the wrong moment. And sometimes I'm a bit frustrated because, guys, I'm so busy. I am seriously busy and I enjoy it. I like this online network marketing business, on online stuff. But I work too many hours, honestly. I need one thing I lack is I don't have very good organizational skills, believe it or not. And I probably put in way too many hours than I should. I get out there, I walk, I do plenty of walk. I go to the gym. I try to spend as much time as I can with my kids. My ex-wife and I, we're divorced, and I would like to spend more time with my kids, but I probably spend way too much time doing stuff that I could probably manage better if I was better at managing my time, if you know what I mean. I probably said that all really confusingly, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. But guys, I love this industry. I really do. And it works. And now more than any time that I've been in this industry is working better for me than it's ever worked. And I don't mean that because I'm having the success I'm having within Live Good. And I don't mean that I've had the success, recently in other businesses. I mean that simply because of the leads that I've generated, the connections that I'm making, the brand that my brand. You've got to lead with your brand. Okay. And you've got to treat your own brand like it's your primary business. That's why I love posting about my YouTube channel on my Facebook timeline. I love posting about my YouTube videos on my Instagram. And I don't care if people are paying attention or not. I don't care, but I like posting about me. I like posting about my brand. Okay. And because I want to attract more people, because I don't know, somewhere down the road, they are going to probably think, okay, I like what Edward's doing. I'm going to take another look at what he's putting out there. I'll take a look at his primary business. Maybe I'll join Live Good. Maybe I'll join something else. Maybe I'll join him in Leads Leap. Because at the moment, guys, I'm only focused on a few things. Leads Leap, I love Leads Leap as a tool, and I love Live Good. And really, I'm kind of narrow focused. There are some things that I just can't get my head around. And there are other things that I've got and they're doing well in the background. But I'm really focused 100% on Live Good and Leads Leap, because I need Leads Leap in order to manage my list. And I love being able to make those connections. And as a tool, Leads Leap is doing that really, really well. I make about $1,000 a month from Leads Leap. And it's very, very stable. I'd make a lot more money if the compensation plan was better in Leads Leap, but that's fine, because that's why it's been around for so long, because it's not messed up with the network marketing model is great for the specific network marketing companies, but when you put that network marketing model inside a tool like Leads Leap, it wouldn't work quite as well, for obvious reasons. They need to go into certain rules and stuff like that. So that's just for another video. But I like the model of Leads Leap, and I like the fact that I can earn $1,000 a month. Is nice for me from Leads Leap. But Live Good, since I joined Live Good, I'm earned almost like around $8,000 now. So it's been about six or 7 weeks in Leads Leap. In Live Good, and I've earned about almost $8,000. All right, and it's really good for me, and I love it, and I love the products. I'm into health, so it just makes perfect sense. Anyway, guys, sorry for this long ramble. I've been wanting to do something like this kind of video for a long time. It's kind of hard for me to do this because I am shy, and I mean that. I come across as being this big leader or whatever. I've never labeled myself as a leader. Other people do that, but I'm here. I do what I do simply because I like the tools that we have. Okay, I like to be able to collect leads. I like to be able to do the email marketing. I like to do the video stuff here on YouTube, and that's really all I'm focused on mostly. I do the other things like traffic exchanges and stuff, but I've even taken a kind of a back step of those as well. But that's just because I am where I am at on my YouTube. My YouTube channel is incredible right now, and my social media is doing pretty well for me as well. And I just build up my mailing list, all the time. My mailing list is kind of exponential. It's doing really, really well. It just people like what I do. I just and so that's what I focus on. I keep putting out what people like, and that's what you should do. You can do this. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for the long video. I know not everyone's going to watch till the end, but it's just something I wanted to put out there. And anyway, take care, mate. Take care, guys. Chat soon, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.